countries that are in a development stage, a long, stable government could be a good platform, and they point to Asia. So it seems as if the democracy which has this 4-year or 8-year revolving door may have come too early for some, because they feel like if we had had some stability within the 17, 18, 19 years that he was there, that could have been the foundation. So they see his period as a missed opportunity for economic takeoff.
In a way, I have some sympathy for that view. We could have done a lot more if we were so minded. Where we, at the time, Rawlings came and then we pursued structural adjustment. Were we thinking long term? Rawlings was thinking about how he could feed the Ghanaians so that they would not be disappointed in him. He was thinking about how he could feed them immediately. He wasn't thinking about 10 years from today, 20 years from today. Well, we have an economy that can provide jobs for young people. There wasn't anybody thinking about it. And I remember in my debates those days with the people from the Ministry of Finance, Bank of Ghana, it was always about firefighting. And I used to say, you can't fight the same fire for 19 years. After a while, the fire will completely devour you. That's what we were doing. We spent 19 years fighting fires because the world that was supporting us, the World Bank, the IMF, they were thinking always about how to deal with today's issues. Nobody was thinking adequately about long term.
Which is why in one of your work, you separate structural adjustment from structural transformation.
Precisely, yeah.
So you resolve the IMF question by saying they help you fight a fire, but it's responsibility to plan your transformation.
Precisely. I mean, in a way, when we went to the Washington group to seek support for what we were doing, we didn't always go to them with a clear plan of what we wanted. We often went and said, look, we want to do something about agriculture. Then they say, okay, fine, we'll send you some experts to come and help you. Those experts are coming from different countries. They are going to sell to you what they do in their own countries. And that's the kind of thing that, it wasn't just Ghana, it was most African countries. Because we had not invested enough in building the capacity of people who could tell the government, if we want to transform agriculture, this is how best to do it. If we want to improve on health, this is how to do it. If we want to improve on education, this is how to do it. You don't let a World Bank consultant come and tell you what you need to do. You should be telling him or her, this is what I want to do. Can you help me structure it? Can you help me design it? Not asking them, what should I do?
So that seems to be the missing element. And we'll come back to that because I think when you led this Africa Research Alliance, it was all part of that, owning. But I'm still on the leadership because political leadership is very visible, right? Do you think and let me ask this carefully, the 92 Constitution and the type of democracy it has evolved, reflecting on it 32 years, has it lived up to its expectation? And I'm still on the economic point. I'm still on economic transformation because I believe for you and your colleagues, your main passion is to transform Africa's economy, right? So has from 93 to 2025, has it lived up to its billion economically?
Obviously not. I gave a talk about 5 years ago in Helsinki, where the focus was on democracy and the economic development in Africa. There were many people who would argue that democracy has failed Africa. I don't agree. Democracy has not delivered what it should for Africa. That's true, but it hasn't failed Africa. Africa has not used democracy properly. Africa has abused democracy, not taken advantage of the opportunities that could come from democracy. So if I think about the Constitution of Ghana, the problem we have in Ghana is not the Constitution. The problem is the people responsible for implementing or enforcing the Constitution. The problem is the new culture, political culture that we created riding on the back of democracy or hiding behind democracy. We created a culture in Ghana where because people are fighting for political authority, anybody and anything that guarantees them assurance of political power, they hold on to it. So we created, using the Constitution, a presidency that should theoretically be constrained in the exercise of its power by a judiciary, by a legislature,